We're continuing our look at Advent and the subject of waiting, and you can catch up on our previous Advent videos on our Facebook page or on the resources page of our website.
So are you ready then?
Yeah, I've got loads of time, don't worry.
Have you got everything you need?
I think so.
What time is the bus?
Oh no, I'm going to be late! Wallet.
Don't forget your bag. There's a bag on the floor there.
Oh. I forgot my phone. Right.
Have you got everything this time?
I think so. Bye.
Bye. Have a good time.
Bye. We've looked at how we can wait patiently and how sometimes we can be impatient. This week we're thinking about how sometimes we can also be completely unprepared for something. We can think we have plenty of time and then realise that we're not actually ready and have forgotten the things we need, and in our rush we even lose things along the way. Oh no, I've missed it. How frustrating. Here's a little story about some sheep.
I wonder what it was like out on the hills around Bethlehem that night. Bright lights appearing in the sky, an angel appearing to the shepherds. They were terrified. The angel had to tell them not to be afraid because the news that they were bringing was good. Not only did they see one angel that night, but afterwards a multitude of angels praising God and singing glory in the highest and peace on earth among those with whom he is pleased. I wonder how long this heavenly worship session lasted for, and how quiet and empty the hillside must have felt when it had all finished. Finally, the rescuer had come, and these shepherds knew straight away that this message was important. History had come to a huge turning point, and they, only shepherds, were the first to know about it. I wonder how excited and amazed they were, and how full of joy they must have felt. They were nobodies. In fact, they were likely to be hired shepherds taking the night shift on someone else's behalf. The sheep they were looking after probably weren't even their own, but God had chosen to speak to them and share his message with them. Shepherds have always been important to God, and throughout the Old Testament we see lots of imagery about God as a shepherd. So the shepherds went off to Bethlehem, running, dancing, singing, and they left their sheep behind. What a strange thing to do, to walk out on your job and leave your livelihood behind. And what of the sheep? I wonder what they thought of all of this. There they were, having a rest, and suddenly their whole night is interrupted by singing, shouting, joy, and then all their shepherds ran away. Who was going to feed them? Who was going to protect them? I wonder if they followed the shepherds. That would be a predictable thing for some sheep to do. So off they trotted down the hill towards the town. They arrived on the outskirts of town. Where next? Where should they look for the shepherds? I suspect that the sheep hadn't really understood the angel's message. Perhaps they had gathered that someone special was in town. And if they found the someone special, maybe they would find their masters.
Bah! If this special person is some sort of god, he's bound to be in the holy place. Let's have a look in the synagogue. Come on, let's go!
And off they went. But there was no one there. It was shut up, dark and empty.
If this special person is a new king, he's bound to be in an important building. Let's try the town hall.
So off they went. But it was no good. The town hall was all closed up. Closed for business until after the holiday.
If this special person is a new leader, then he's bound to be with the soldiers at the palace. Come on, let's go.
But there was no luck there either. They found some guards looking very chilly at their posts, but there was no sign of any special visitors, and there were no shepherds. Where could the shepherds be? Where should they look next? They wandered around for a bit, well, like lost sheep. Eventually one of them sighed.
I'm hungry.
Let's go and find something to eat.
So the sheep began to sniff around for some animal food, and they left the main streets and went down the back alleys instead. An old cattle shed caught their eye. It looked quite run down, but there were lights on and they could hear some people talking. They drew close and peeked in at the door, and guess what? There were the shepherds. One of the sheep pushed in, and when his master saw him, he picked him up and held him close to a straw-filled feeding trough.
Food at last,
he thought. But nope, there was a baby lying there. The shepherd smiled at him and said, "You've not only found your shepherd, but also God's special lamb." The sheep was quite confused, but it felt special as he looked at his master and the baby and the other people in the cattle shed. Imagine that, God's special messenger, born in a run-down stable, in a run-down town, nowhere important. What a surprise.